Most of the time at KUBU Island there's a lot of wind, so sorry for the wind noise in the video. Closing on the crossing from the Orapa, Francistown, Letlakane, Matsumu crossing. The big truck before the crossing is a landmark before going into the Matsumu road going to KUBU Island. We're leaving from Letlakane, crossing the Orapa, Francistown road on our way to KUBU Island. The road up to Matsumu is Star Road. From Matsumu it is you're entering the bush, gravel road. Always remember when driving in Botswana, in most of the places there's no fences along the tar roads, and even if there's fences, there's quite a lot of gaps, so a lot of animals on the tar road and next to the tar road, especially at night when visibility is not that good. It's better not to drive after sunset if possible in Botswana. And even if it look like there's only bush, there's a lot of cattle posts next to the roads and into the bush, where the people stay, have a borehole or maybe a well that they've dug by hand, and then they've got the cattle and livestock, goats, a little bit of sheep, making a sustainable living. There's quite a lot of farmers, small farmers, everywhere in the bushes, so don't think there's nobody around. If you don't see anything, mostly everywhere there's people staying in Botswana, except maybe in the parks and where the wildlife areas. But most of Botswana, especially along the tar roads, there's people living in small villages and, like I say, cattle post systems everywhere in the bush. Entering Matsumu village, it's the last village before KUBU Island. It's also where you leave the tar road and moving into, from here, moving off the tar road onto the gravel road and even two-spoor. So from here is hitting the dirt. Also remember, there's nothing to, no shops to buy anything in Matsumu. So do your shopping in Letlakane if you have anything to shop. So, as you enter into Matsumu, the office for the KUBU Island is on your right hand side, and the best thing is, if you haven't booked yet, stop here and do a booking with them. But there's also people, weekends they closed, and there's also people at the KUBU Island, so yeah, you can stop there. And as you enter into KUBU, we will show you. and then you can also do your entering fee there. Just as you pass the office at Motsumo for the KUBU Island, you off the tar road, there is some signboards showing directions to the KUBU Island. You will notice that this video was shot over a period of time from June to up to November, so sometimes the trees will have leaves, other times they won't have any leaves on them, so this will be a different vegetation over the period of the video. Waar gaan ons?
KUBU Island.
Gaan ons KUBU Island toe?
Ja.
Wat gaan ons daar maak? Klippe speel.
Klippen spelen.
En jy is die?
We are here at KUBU Island.
There's 15 cars, yeah. So, yeah. Nice to see they've done a little bit of renovation. So the steps is fixed, and even some of the structure they've put new planks and poles in. So yeah, good to see they've do some little bit of maintenance. The viewpoint where you on top of the escarpment, where you go down into the pans on the way to KUBU Island. They told you.
No, I just read about it.
Yeah.
There was a
It
previous lake.
stretched from here almost to Kasane. Yeah.
And the camera-
Please people, don't litter. If you bring something with you, take it away with you. This is the Hoodia plant. There's lots of them on the grass plains before reaching the KUBU Island. They use this plant to make appetite suppression medicine. This is the big gate between the KUBU Island and Matsumo. It's not operating now. There's the houses where the people stay. If there's a foot and mouth disease outbreak, they put people here to control movement of cattle. We've met people in the past thinking that this is the entrance to the KUBU Island. It's only the veterinary fence and the staff houses for the people. The people has enjoyed the wet pants. A little bit later and they will be too soft and too wet to drive on. I see they throw some donuts and things. Just remember, if you've dived on the salt pans, this salt is really corrosive, so be sure to wash your car properly, especially the chassis part, because this salt is really corrosive and bad for your vehicle and the parts at your chassis. So yeah, just wash it properly after you've played. Preventing the fires from spreading is not that good thing as we think. Also changing the color. This is the split where you go to KUBU or go straight up to Tswafong. It's a cattle post settlement with a few small farmers, and in the rainy season that is the better route to take. Then you pass Tswafong and then entering the KUBU Island from the north. So yeah, in the rainy season it's the better way to follow. The local people also use the road parts of Tswafong to go to Nata Veta side. The Makgadikgadi salt flats combined is about 30,000 square kilometers. About a kilometer before KUBU Island on the left, but yeah, I think it is only some joke, but it's since I remember KUBU, somebody put it up. At the first there was only one, and then yeah, so it's not so lonely anymore. I see there's two and two small ones, but yeah, the graves just before the KUBU Island. Flats, as you can see, they already start getting greyish color, and that is the first sign of trouble. If the pans are white, you know you're safe to travel on it, the vehicle. But if they start turning grey, then you know you have to stick on the tracks. Don't go off the tracks because it can get you into trouble. And if it's turning more to the dark black side, no, don't go there, especially if you are alone, because then it means if the pans is really wet there. As long as it's white or turning grey, it's better to drive on, but when it starts getting black, you know there's trouble. As you can see, we had some little bit of rain, and already the pans is getting a greyish color. So yeah, it's getting to the beginning of the rainy season and end of the season visiting the KUBU Island. The salty crush with the right up, and then yes, look underneath this slippery clay that can get you quite stuck. There was a little bit of rain, few puddles, and it dried up. You can see the glittering of the salt on top as the water has dried off. And if you taste it, you can clearly taste the saltiness, quite salty. And there's some places where there's a lot of salt deposits in the pans. This is where you turn left to the new entrance gate. This is the old road to KUBU Island. At this point you're turning left and to go to where they've built a new entrance to KUBU Island, where there's a reception and some people that can assist you. There's some firewood, and you can pay your entrance fee at the new building. The building to the entrance to KUBU Island. There's most of the time there's some firewood that you can purchase here, but nothing else. It's only just to pay your entrance fee.
good, and how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
Waar is ons beertjie?
I know it's there. I know that he's there, but I haven't met him in the
The biggest Baobab tree at KUBU Island was the old road entrance at KUBU. Nowadays they've changed the road to the new entrance. Yeah, quite magnificent. The Baobab tree doesn't have annual rings like other trees, so the age is determined by carbon dating. The oldest one that I could find on reading up is about 2,450 years. It's the oldest one that I have done carbon dating on that I could find. The flowers of the Baobab tree. This one just fall down. I see there's a lot of fruit. So this year will be a good year. The flowers of the Baobab tree open at night, and the fruit bats and the bush babies come and eat the sweet nectar and help with pollination of the flowers. African chestnut. And then this one here is marula tree. And then the baobabs. Get confused with the baobab and the African chestnut. I think it's the same tree. But if you look closely at the bark, you can see the difference. They're not quite the same. Also the leaves are definitely not the same. Our campsite at the KUBU. Sun is just setting. The salt mine and Flora town is about 50 kilometers from KUBU Island, and if you're standing on the northern tip of the island at night, you can see the lights in the distance. Probably the first time at KUBU Island we've eaten snoek and paella. I don't think it's common to serve seafood at KUBU Island. Sunrise at KUBU Island. Sun is just rising over the dam. This is a sacred place for the Botswana people. They come and do some offerings here. It's not really a cave, but they call it that. They put some coins and things in here. Let's see here. Sounds of the granite. The salt flats, you can see we already had a little bit of rain. There's some grey and black patches in the pan. Yes, and to the south is the little KUBU, but yeah, I think it's still reachable, but I'm on my own, so I won't attempt to go there, especially after a little bit of rain. The white stuff on the rocks at the KUBU Island, you can see here. Some people says calcification of the water, but most people say it is fossilized guano, and I'm going more with the latest one for the fossilized guano. This was an outcrop, and right around there was water, so you can think there was thousands and thousands of birds, water birds, nesting here and sleeping here. So yeah, a lot of guano. And the thing is, on the high rocks you will also see it on top, and if it was because of the salt water, I think those rocks standing up like fingers with the white stuff on top of it, the water would have just run down. I don't think that is, so I'm going for the belief that it is fossilized guano. You will find it all over the KUBU Island. You can see also this rocks that the stone wall is built of everywhere on top of them. You can see this one is at the bottom, like they've packed them. Yeah, so, and you can see clearly see that some of this rocks was in the water. Some of them are as real smooth, like the water and the sand and other rocks have polished them. All over the KUBU you will find the smooth rocks. Yeah, but the granite, by heat and cold and water, it cracks, and so yeah. ancient wall at the KUBU Island. It's at the northern tip of the island, and it's in the form of a horseshoe. It's open at the southern side and go all the way around here. The tip at the northern side of the island is open. There was a few entrances in the past, but yeah, animals and people walking over it has let it fall down, and so yeah, it's not the shape it was in the past. They say it was built by the same people that has done the Zimbabwean ruins. They believe the Zimbabwean people came here for initiation of the young boys. They came all the way from Zimbabwe, and then they camp here and do the initiation here. There's also some, it looks like graves, but the museum has dug up some of them and there's nothing underneath, so they believe nowadays that the people came here and then each group put a heap of boulders together as remembrance or acknowledgement that they were here. So yeah, but it's all speculations. But yeah, it's definitely not graves as they've been believed in the old days. Yeah, and the interesting thing at the KUBU, this wall here, stone wall, but if you walk around, I have found some pottery, but yeah, you don't find pottery really at the KUBU Island. We'll go on to another place that I'll show you. That's about 20 kilometers west of the KUBU Island. There's a lot of pottery everywhere, and here is no pottery. Obviously these people would have brought with them some grain and things and pots. So yeah, there are, but it's difficult to see them, to find any pottery. So it's believed, and really I go with it, that the people never stayed at the KUBU Island. Look at this. Something. People they speculate, but they don't really know what this stone wall was used for. Maybe for protection and fighting other tribes. Things we don't really know. There's a lot of bird life on the KUBU Island, and I've also saw some kudu spurs in the past, but I've never saw the kudus myself. The big Baobab tree west of KUBU Island with a hole inside. The story goes the Bushman people used to stay here. Inside the big Baobab. Nobody knows really. I've spoken to people and nobody really know about this place. An old man once said he wanted to come and show me something, and he showed me the place. Yeah, so probably good if the archaeological people come and investigate and see what's here and what to find. Down into the pan, coming up here, sort of making a corner here, and then go up here to the big Baobab tree, making a corner on that side, and then go down into the pan again, but at the pan side there's no wall structure, so it just went into the pan. By that time the pan was full of water, so they didn't need to enclose it in that side. Yeah, and estimating around about 150 to 200 meters wide and long. So yeah, quite a big enclosure, and a lot of people could stay here. And as you can see here, everywhere outside there's a lot of shrub, but here it's kind of open, and surely there was some sort of structure, so huts or something, probably grass and wood, because I can't see anything stone inside except the wall. The walls tend to, I don't know, I'm not sure, but it seems like they're not that wide. On here on the bottom, on the top side, they're about 1.5 to 2 meters, and you can also see a lot of rocks laying around. So I think if I have to do some calculations, maybe 1.5 meters to 2 meters high, the wall, but to the bottom side where they go into the pan, more or less a meter, 900 to a meter, and there's also not that much, not that lot of rocks laying around, so I don't think the wall was that high to the bottom side into the water. Yeah, but on the top side it was by days quite a piece of structure. Yeah, I don't know. Many people have stayed here for long periods of time. Look at all the pottery everywhere inside this enclosure. You can find pottery, look, everywhere. Even look here, some ostrich shell beads. So clearly people have stayed here. So yeah, please don't take things. If you find places like this, just leave it for people to come and enjoy what you have enjoyed and see what you have seen. But yeah, clearly people have stayed here. Some of the old wall west of KUBU Island remaining. You can see that put the rocks upside. And the wall was quite thick, maybe at this place close to 2 meters. see here the old wall. And calculating by the amount of rocks laying on the sides, I think it was probably around about 1.5 meters to 2 meters high. Here you can clearly see the wall structure. On the outside they've put some flat rocks upside down and probably fill it in the inside. Walking on top of the old structure, probably 1.5 meters, probably 1 meter to 2 meters, mostly 1.5 meters to 2 meters. Not that thick at the bottom. We're close to the pan here. I would say about 1 meter, and also not that much rocks, then more to on the top side. So maybe the wall wasn't that thick and that high here at the bottom, and then you just go down into the pan and stop. Maybe there was some water here. Nest of burrow of the baboon spider. Nice way to end the day at KUBU Island. Thank you for watching our video. Please like and subscribe to be notified for upcoming videos.